Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. All right, so we're going to start off with another podcast. Got a couple people waiting in the chat. Sorry, I'm on time. I'm on time. All right, so we got a couple things in the news, and then I just want to do a little rapping. No, I'm not going to actually beatbox or anything. Just, talk to whoever's in the chat, and then I've got two episodes of Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. which dropped yesterday, and I forgot because I was in the process of doing some explained in the minutes stuff. Um, what did you yesterday? Gertrude Yorks from the Runaways. So I got one more character to do, and then just start working on something else. Actually, I think I'm actually going to be doing Prestige. I've had two requests now for Prestige from the X-Men. Which, yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Hey, Doug, relieve me from this monotony of my muggle job, Professor Bill. Oh, God, Doug, you say that, and I want so bad to play a Hogwarts Harry Potter type game. Any kind of a game, it could be Dungeons and Dragons, whatever, where we're playing in a setting where, like, here's a school, you're all zero level wizards, have at thee. Let's start learning. That's what I want to do in the worst way. I've been wanting to play that game for years, dude. Okay, so we're gonna start off with as we're getting into some other stuff. First off, you guys see Robin, the new Titans TV show? Oh my God, that looks good. Yes, it's Phoenix, one of the Phoenix versions. Um, so Damien, not Damien. I believe this is actually supposed to be Dick Grayson in the Robin role. What the heck is this kid's name? Thwaite, Brendan Thwaite. Thwaites? It's plural. Brendan Thwaites. With a name like Thwaites, I'd figure that sounds like Thwip. Maybe this is supposed to be like a junior Spider-Man. There's a multiverse of Spider-Man. We could go on with that all day. So we got this kid. I'll tell you what. As much as I'm being silly with it, the costume looks really good. I mean, I want you to think about this. When they're just showing a quick glimpse of whatever, you're not seeing it in context. You're not seeing him in motion. He's just doing this, little emo look away and whatnot. You don't know if the proper lighting is on there or what have you. But that costume looks really good. It looks like you just pull off that R and throw it and it's sticking to somebody's head, Or, their hand and make a gun fall out their hand. You know what I'm saying? So I think it looks really good. I'm all sorts of excited. Yes, Doug, that's exactly what I was thinking. So yeah, the Titans TV series, man, it's looking good. And as we get closer, finally, I'll have a reason to start doing more DC explained in a minute stuff. The only thing I'm regretting is that I didn't get the chance to do, for crying out loud, Victor Stone, Cyborg explained in a minute. I gotta look up at my poster. So after that, a couple more things. Iron Fist. Iron Fist season 2. It's looking as if the main bad guy, I'll get back to that in a moment, has been revealed. All right, but it's not a bad guy. It's a bad girl. So why is a bad guy? You think evil. Bad girl sounds like spanking and domination. Why does it sound like that? Uh, One of the many problems with the English language. So, Tanya Adrian. I don't know the name of the person being cast, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's there in the article. That's not what excited me, because I saw the name and whatever, but she's going to be playing Tanya Adrian. This character is actually Lady Gorgon. Now what's interesting is this character has never actually met with Iron Fist in the comics that I remember. Never ever gotten into it with Iron Fist. She's a member of the Hand. Gorgon himself is actually a tough SOB. He's considered one of the hands down greatest, most superior martial artists ever. And, like head of the hand and all that crazy stuff. Absolutely nuts. Lady Gorgon, not quite as powerful, but still powerful nonetheless. And she's very famous for having at it with the Punisher. That's right. A lot of people think, oh man, Punisher, he's good with guns, but he's not good with fighting. Wrong. Everybody in the military learns in some way, shape, or form how to be an incredible hand-to-hand combatant. Close quarters combat is crucial in the military. A lot of people don't realize that, because otherwise, when you get up close to somebody and somebody tries to take your weapon, you want to be able to resist. So yeah, Frank Castle is amazing. Is he quite on par with Daredevil and all them in raw skill? Oh yeah. But as far as actually like training in the martial arts and judo ninja flipping and stuff like that, not quite. Not quite. Um, So Lady Gorgon, the storyline that she was involved in with Frank was interesting. It was actually it spilled over and she died in the blood storyline from Rick Remender, and that was actually the one where Microchip was killed by Jigsaw's son. So hopefully no spoilers there, but what a way to improve on the Iron Fist second season if the Punisher showed up for a couple of episodes. I'm just putting that out there, and I'm going to walk away. I'm just going to leave that there. One of the last things I really want to talk about is Infinity War. One of the things I want to talk about as far as Infinity War, hey Joe, is that such a good song. Sorry, now I got Jimi Hendrix stuck in my head. Hey Joe, bonjour. You don't speak French, Lewis. Shut up. He even says I suck at French. Oh man, that's all right. Your French is probably better than my Spanish, but nonetheless. Guys, you see this picture? Boom! That I got sitting there on the front. That is a picture of Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, and they've got some CG guy hidden and moving forward, and there's a big gray hand reaching up towards his neck. It's going to grab his neck. Now, this is on the set of Infinity War, so it's a big gray hand. So right away, just like with Avengers 2, everybody's like, oh, it's a big gray Hulk. He's going to go gray Hulk. Like, he's not going to go gray Hulk anytime soon, all right? Because gray Hulk is Mr. Fix-It. And if they screw up Mr. Fix-It, I'm going to rebel. I'm going to rebel, and I'm going to go over and start raising a big DC flag. You know what I'm saying? And be like, you know, bring on whoever, because they just ruined Joe Fix-It for me. And I love Joe Fix-It in the Marvel Universe. The gray Hulk, he is one of my hands-down favorite characters. Absolutely love just how snarky he is and how he can mostly back up everything, because he is a lot weaker. He's a lot weaker, but he's just so damn sneaky. It's insane. And he's had some of the best, Peter David, man, forget about it. He's had some of the best storylines out there as far as I'm concerned. But this right here, rather, it could very well be Thanos without his glove on, because they can color that whatever they want. Heck, I could cover that darn thing. Joe Fix-It cameo, I'm down. Excuse me. Talk to you later, Lewis. But yeah, it could literally be anything. It could be one of the people, you know, one of his crew. What the heck are those bad guys called again? Like nobody's here. I can't remember what. Oh wow, where's my phone? I left my phone out there. Darn it. Babe! I'm going to totally cheat. I'm going to get my wife to get my phone. She just said yes. She's going to be so pissed in a second. Just go around and get my phone. I'm loving this. Babe! So anyway, what happens here? I don't think she's coming. I think she's ignoring me. So anyway, oh, here she goes. So this could be anybody, and I think that this could be really awesome. I love the idea of this. Hey, can I have my phone? Sorry, I left it out over there. Yeah, she's going to kill me now. So anyway, Cryptid, what's going on, man? Hey, no spoilers, promise, so you can stick around. Cryptid never sticks around. And click on his name and go and check him out on Google Hangouts. Some of the best Captain America stuff that you're ever going to find. Just hands down. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I was in the kitchen. That's right. Thank you. So, anyway, I got to get ready to do... my Eye of Agamotto is not here today, but I got to get ready to do his stuff anyway. I didn't actually look at it yet. I'm being fair. So, the final thing with Infinity War... and I'm just about as impressed with this as I could possibly be. I love what they're doing with it. Like, did you guys see the trailer for this? Like, I'm flabbergasted, like completely beside myself with how good this looks. Let me just put this over here. Infinity War, bang! So, with Infinity War, they showed a lot on there, and I actually did not a review, but what do you call it? Yeah, actually a review of the trailer. I don't do reactions anymore. That stuff's just silly. But I did a review of the trailer, and you can check all that stuff out. But this is honestly looking like, I want you to think about this. The #1 most viewed trailer ever in the history of trailers. Cannot be disputed, cannot be argued. It's by a long shot. The number is in the 100 millions. I'm talking like it was like what was it, 320 million or 520 million, 540 million, something like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. We haven't got anything that's gone to a billion views yet. Honestly, give it time. If they let this sit long enough, give it time. Um, that was just a Secret Empire thing. Yeah. One of these days, you know what? You and I should actually sit down and talk about Secret Empire. I would love to do that one of these days, Cryptid. Because, yeah, I think you and I both loved Secret Empire equally. The question is, I don't know how you feel about how it ended. I know I read something about it, but all the comments on there. What was it, Boom Tube? I can't remember the guy's name, Boom Tube, something like that. But yeah, he was very hateful about it. But listen, this news just in, literally. Like I just clicked on what is it, comic book movies. Very like just before I clicked on this, and there's a brand new article that was up, and I posted in the Geek Fortress for the sake of conversation. Check this out. Marvel is now confirmed to be. This is Wall Street Journal is reporting on this. They're in aggressive negotiations. You know what? If I'm going to say that, let's see. Which color should I pick, guys? You know what? Let me just pick one of the ones that are down here. Just pick so I'm not pulling down from the wall. Yeah, they're in aggressive negotiations. All right, about acquiring their properties back, the Marvel properties. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how psyched I am because remember all those people in the other channels, and I'm not one of these people. I said, give it time, wait, patience, have patience, Grasshopper. You never know what tomorrow may come. All these people say, oh, I know I'll never see it in my lifetime, but, you know, like maybe my kids, how freaking melodramatic, maybe my kids will be able to see a united Marvel universe and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Look, the word from Wall Street Journal, and that's a pretty reputable source, the word from the Wall Street Journal is that a deal could actually be reached before the end of 2018? No, 2017. That means by next month. No, by this month. By this month. By the end of this month, a deal could be reached. And then we could start seeing all this stuff. You know what that means? One, we could have a World War Hulk. Good and proper. That's probably the biggest thing in people's minds. You know what I'm saying? We had a little bit of Planet Hulk and that was good enough, but we could actually have an actual World War Hulk. We could have the X-Men versus the Avengers. We could have the Fantastic Four show up. We could have a better version of Marvel Superhero Civil War. Guys, the possibilities are as endless gets. And with the deal that's been worked out with Sony, hopefully that deal can be extended. And then like literally there's everybody, and Marvel suddenly becomes a paradise for all things comic books. Oh my god, we could actually see a movie where Captain America and Wolverine are going out on a mission, like from Captain America Annual #8, which I still maintain is one of the greatest covers of all time. God, I love that cover. That's one where Cap is, throwing up the shield like this, and Wolverine's slashing down. You see the sparks going every place, and just, oh my god! And that was one of the first times that I actually realized that I knew a lot about comics, because you don't know about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about that stuff until you realize enough people asking you. But I got that poster. A friend of mine had the poster, and then he actually gave me his poster because I could never find that poster again. And he gave me his poster when he was moving, and I'm like, oh my god, this is freaking awesome. So I hung the poster up in my room, and everybody, oh my god, dude, that's a really cool poster. So yeah, it's from X-Men or Captain America Annual issue #8. Pretty awesome, right? And like, so which is stronger, Captain America's shield or Wolverine's claws? I'm like, Captain America's shield is at least 3 times stronger than the shield, than the claws, because such and such and such and such and such. And I just went on, and I just started droning on and on about it. And that was even back during the time, that was before we knew that Wolverine's claws were laced with adamantium. We always thought that they actually were adamantium. You know what I'm saying? So later on we realized it was just laced, and it's like, oh, well, that's not nearly as strong. Laced is not nearly as strong as solid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Oh my God. We could have. There's so many possibilities. Let me check the comments, see what other kind of possibilities we got here. The right old man Logan. Oh wait, who we got here? Yeah. The ending didn't age well with me. Agreed, Cryptid. True mate. Hey, the universe is reforming. That's right. The band is getting back together, guys. We're reforming the band. Granted, I'm afraid of MCU World War Hulk based on how comedic they might make it with Planet Hulk. Well, you see, here's the thing. I don't know if you read this or not, but some of the spin-offs, the tie-ins that happened with World War Hulk, the Irredeemable Ant-Man ended its run with World War Hulk. The Irredeemable Ant-Man was what's his name? Eric O'Grady. He's actually dead now, but his not his doppelganger, his LMD is actually the Black Ant, who we saw a lot of in the Secret Empire. So that could be really cool. Like there could be a lot of comedy in there. You know, if we got somebody who actually stole the Ant-Man suit proper, like without Hank Pym's permission, that could be pretty sick. You know, I could enjoy the hell out of that. You never know. And then we're also going to have Carol Danvers, so that scene could potentially happen. Pervert. But there could be some comedy, and there's probably got to be some comedy in there. Oh my God, we could have that scene with Ghost Rider. Remember the Ghost Rider tie-in for World War Hulk? We could have that scene, and that's all it takes is that one scene. But oh man, that would be sick. I'm just seeing the whole world coalesce, and it's just it's beautiful. It's beauteous in the making. Doug, if Cap is led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue come through. Oh my God, I used to watch that cartoon when it was in syndication. I'm not quite that old, but yeah, I used to watch that cartoon back when I was a kid. I must have been 4, and I remembered all the words. What do you got? The Thor one from Rainbow Bridge of Asgard, like just all that stuff. The Tony Stark one, like a cool exec with a heart of steel. Oh my God, I remember all those. And Namor. That's why I never understood why people had a hard time pronouncing Submariner. Namor the Submariner. It's not the Submariner, like there are people who call him the Submariner. No, way back in the day, they sang the song, and it was the Submariner. Namor the Submariner. They said it many times in there. Dr. Doom said it, for crying out loud. You can't mistake it. So, is what it is. Joe Fisher. The only thing, if Marvel gets everything back, do they do a reboot of everything? And you repeat, yeah, no, I understood what you meant. That's a good question. It's a really good question because apparently they're saying that everybody's going to die. For the most part, everybody's going to die in Infinity War. Now, I do expect at one point that they will close out everything. And because the actors, they are going to want to move on to other things. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely going to want to move on to other things. But we'll see. Honestly, we'll see. There's so many stories that can be told, but do these actors want to continue doing these things? They're going to want to renegotiate their contracts. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Honestly, who knows? So maybe they will reboot. And as long as they get good actors for it, I'm actually okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. I mean, how many times have the movies rebooted before, you know? So we will have a different cinematic universe if they do reboot. Maybe there's some kind of a reason why everything happens. Who knows? Maybe, you know what? If they get Franklin Richards back, all right, in the Fantastic Four, they could just do a stupid onslaught, you know, and make it good this time. And, you know, he creates a pocket universe and everybody goes, and then they come back and, it's all new actors. Oh my God, I'm going nuts now thinking about this. Wolverine's claws must yield if they choose to oppose his shield. You're right, Doug. They come all bent backwards. True mate. Anyone else disappointed in what they did to Odin in Thor Ragnarok? When Captain America throws my shield. You know, I'm not really so. I'm not so against it. You know, like there was some silly stuff in there that, you know, like, I'm not going to like sit there and spoil it, but I was actually okay with it because he finally felt like Odin. He felt like he was tired. He felt like he was just done, you know, and just because he's dead, I mean, Ragnarok happened. Like Asgard was destroyed. Ragnarok actually happened. So in the end, now if in Avengers, think about that. If in Infinity Wars, Thor could die. I mean, do we want to keep Thor with one eye? You know what I'm saying? So we got Thor. He's probably going to wind up dying in this. Ragnarok already happened. Hela should be in it, from my understanding. She's supposed to be in it, and she's going to claim his soul. All the other Asgardians there could wind up dying. So what's next but the rebirth? Because after Ragnarok is the rebirth. It's a continuous cycle. So Asgard is totally taken care of. The Thor movies are totally taken care of, and they could come back with a brand new character playing him, and we're good. We're totally good. Who knows? Who knows? The only person that I'm worried about them replacing, honestly, is Kevin Feige. Because like so much depends on him. You know what I'm saying? Can they reboot Kevin Feige? That's the question. And I don't know. I hope so. I'm not saying I hope they do. I'm hoping that they can. So, Cryptid. Didn't know that. Nice bit of trivia on Black Ant. Oh, you actually, I figured of all the people, you would have definitely known that. Yeah, Black Ant is just the LMD of Eric O'Grady, who actually died. Eric O'Grady died. Doug Vivek. I'm expecting oh, for crying out loud, I know how to. Nerditor. There we go. The Nerditor. Oh my god, and every time I see you, I think to myself, shoot, I got to do my article. I really do have to do my article. Plus, over at Nerderkey, the pages at Nerderkey, they actually want me to change up the way that I do my thing. Because if you guys don't know, every Monday, besides running the Marvel Face Rip game over on Nerderkey, I actually do, and I usually do an article on nerderkey.com about the Face Rip game. And on top of that, I also do something else for Nerderkey. I do a takeover. I call it the Nerderkey Takeover, where I come in and I'm in charge of Nerderkey for the next 10, 15, 18 minutes, however long I'm doing my video for. And then, what do you call it? I'll usually just talk about, my picks of the week for the comic books and what's out, what I've reviewed, and all that good stuff. But they actually want me to get a little bit more engaging, which, me, get engaging? Sure. So one of the things that Dave from Nerderkey suggested was actually do a behind the DM screen. In this case, it'd be behind the judges screen. So I might make a little infographic for that. In order to do that, I've actually got to produce a small judges screen, though. So I can do that. I can absolutely do that. Got to do it on cardboard stock and everything. Yeah, I was thinking about actually doing that. We're actually, do like a little, hey, come here, like that, and then have the camera kind of zoom around a little bit. I'd have to actually build a set for that. Actually, you know what? That could be easy. I could just do a pivot. I could do like a little a little fulcrum where the camera actually on an arm and spins around. I just have to get the arm. But aside from that, yeah, and just have it spin around. That's not bad. Ideas, they're always coming. The question is the time to actually do those things. But yeah, if it's an actual thing that I do for like every single episode, and I just put that little clip of a video out, that could be cool for a segment. Anyway, what else we got here? 50% of the entire universe to die at some point in that story, easily. They're suggesting all of the main guys are going to die. Like Ant-Man shouldn't die, but like Cap, Iron Man, and Thor for sure should die. But we'll see. Maybe Thor will take on the throne and we'll get female Thor in the films. That's a good possibility. You know what I'd actually rather? I'd rather they reboot it first, because I don't want to see Natalie Portman get the credit of being Jane Foster. Plus, she's flaky to begin with. And I'm not talking about her intelligence. She's a very intelligent person. I believe she's a college graduate. She's an extremely intelligent person, absolutely gorgeous. The only thing wrong with her is her commitment. She's always about me. She doesn't care about the fans. Like, let's call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? She does not care about the fans. When has she ever done a meet and greet for Star Wars? Right? Queen Amidala, Senator Amidala, a very crucial character in the Star Wars history, even if it is in the prequels. When has she ever done a meet and greet? When has she ever gone to a Comic-Con? When has she ever done a celebrity guest appearance? When has she ever done a Make-A-Wish in the costume or anything like that? When has she ever done that? She doesn't care about the fans. So it'll literally be like, hey, how much are you going to pay me to be the star of this movie? Yeah, no, I'm going to charge more because I'm the star and it's a recurring film. How many recurring films has she ever actually been in? You know what I'm saying? Oh wait, that's right, only one, and that would be the Star Wars franchise. So, and she complained like crazy about that because, oh, I'm not in it as much. Well, your acting sucked. What do you want? Anakin, you're going down a path I don't think I can Shut up! Just shut up. Nobody wants to hear your freaking crocodile tears. Actually act. And somebody actually went to boot with her. Somebody actually went to boot for her because they thought that everybody thought that she was typecast into that Star Wars role. They completely forgot about her role in The Professional, Leon the Professional, one of the greatest movies ever. They forgot about that apparently when she was 14. So here she does this, and then I forget who it was, but somebody actually went to boot for her and said, "No, I got this. She's got this. She can do a really great role." And I believe the first role that she was in after the Star Wars thing, all those years later, was Where the Heart Is, which was actually a pretty good chick flick. For all intents and purposes, I dug it. I liked it. I'd rewatch that. I absolutely would. Probably wouldn't even have to have the gun fully loaded to make me watch that again. Honestly, if it were on Netflix, I would do that. But yeah, so I don't want to see Natalie Portman. She doesn't deserve it. She flaked out because she was like, I need more of a role, more of a starring role in Thor: The Dark World, and the movie drastically suffered because of it. It suffered incredibly because she just had to have a starring role. That was not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have just been the regular supporting role. It's called Thor. It's not called Jane Foster. Not yet. If she were a comic fan, she would know to actually, push it. Or at least if she would have done her research. You don't have to be a comic fan. If she would have at least done her research, she'd know, hey, my character eventually becomes Thor. It was just happening around that time. So there's that. But no, she decided it's got to be all about me, damn it. It's got to be all about me. Well, congratulations. Now it has nothing to do with you. And I don't ever want it to have anything to do with her. I want them to pick somebody else to be Jane Foster. And then I want them to do that scene just like in that Thor issue. Was it even a Thor issue? No. Crap. What was that? Was it a Secret Wars issue? Whatever it was, where you just see the hammer sitting there and everybody's trying to lift it. The Thing, Ben Grimm goes up and tries to lift it. He's like, oh, I had to try. And everybody tries to lift it. Nobody's successful. And then all of a sudden somebody comes up. Oh, wait, actually, that's the wrong one. No, that was when Donald Blake reclaimed it. Never mind. Anyway, just the idea where it switches and it goes, he, and it switches to she. That was a great scene. I would love to see that again. Psh, done. So yeah, I'm down for that, but they'd have to switch that out. True mate, how OP do you think they're gonna go to make Thanos with the gauntlet? He can destroy anybody. There's nobody he can't destroy with the gauntlet. Literally. Eternity. Yes, you've been around since the second incarnation of the universe. Yeah, you're gone. Literally like that. So yeah. They better make him OP. And you capitalized it. I want him to be capital OP. All right? With like hyphens and indentations and bold-faced. I want all of it. Joe Fisher. I want a Hulk and Wolverine fight. You just touched on it right there. That's like the key that everybody's looking for. We got Hulk versus Thor, right? The only thing, like, Hulk versus Sentry would be cute too, but let's be realistic. It's just going to end the same way where it's like, a bright light. You know what I'm saying? No. Seeing Wolverine versus Thor, yeah, you really just touched on that. And there can be no greater desired battle ever. Ever. There can't be. So, yes, 100%, I support your nomination. You could be the next Kevin Feige. Just keep on thinking like that. True mate, have you watched the new Batman Ninja anime trailer? Yes, I did, and I actually wanted to comment on it. My buddy who's still in Saudi Arabia, I have a few friends who are still in Saudi Arabia working, but like this guy's actually from Jersey like me. And we met over there. Go figure. We never met in Jersey, but anyway. And he just sent me a link to the trailer last night. I was like, he mentioned there's the trailer on a Facebook group, and he tagged me. That's what it was. Tagged me. And I was like, yeah, no. But like that's the thing. Like it does look really good, and I was thinking about doing a review of the trailer. I can just do it here. It looks amazing. I understand why they would want to use the Joker, as the main bad guy. Harley Quinn's going to be in a tune that's looking like she's going to be evil, which, whatever, it's good. That's how she started. I'm okay with her being evil now, even though she's not in the comics, she's not in the movies. Whatever, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Even in the American anime, she's not. American anime? American animation. Sorry for that misquote. So yeah, I'm good. And I just saw a comment down on the bottom by Joe. Also, I got to get to that in a minute too. Good reference. But I'm excited to see it. I'm not like edge of my seat to see it because there's a serious oversaturation of Batman. Like I get it. He's the number one character, not just the number one character for DC. He's the number one character. If you mention anybody, people might say whatever. Some people might say Superman over Batman for the sake of conversation. But your average person, and you can see just in the sales, your average person, even if they're not a comic book fan, and you put a slew of comics in front of them, you say you can choose only one. They're probably going to pick a Batman comic because he looks amazing. Everybody knows his backstory. Everybody. My grandparents know his backstory. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's the most familiar character. He's the most down-to-earth, the most associable character. Like, there are other characters you could associate with more, but of the popular characters, the very well-known mainstream characters, and no, Punisher is not quite in the mainstream yet. He kind of is with the Netflix. That's a huge jump to have him have his own Netflix series, but you got to understand he's not nearly on the par with Batman as far as overexposure. Excuse me, as far as exposure. And yeah, he is actually overexposed at this point. So that, and then going with the typical Joker thing, like they could have gone several other ways with this. I wouldn't have mind seeing Black Mask in this. Make him be a daimyo who actually takes over some Yakuza cartel someplace, you know what I'm saying? And he's got a bunch of samurai working for him. Have that instead. That would have been great. And then his main bodyguard, his main Yojimbo, Killer Croc. Sick, right? Like, just do something silly like that where we're just like, holy crap, Or you don't want to do Killer Croc, do Bane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have turf wars, you could have so many different things and whatnot, and you want to have the Joker suddenly show up in there. You know what I'm saying? And just be the Joker card, like you never know what's going to happen next. Even if he's just, a mention at the end, whatever, by all means. But don't make Joker the focus of this. Like they have him coming up and fighting him with a katana and all that stuff. Man, when is aside from the Mortal Kombat versus DC universe, when has the Joker ever been a credible threat physically? Come on, even in the 50s Batman show, the 66 Batman show, it was like, yeah, no. He's always getting sucked. Him and the Riddler, man. Penguin put up more of a fight because he had that killer umbrella arsenal. Okay, moving on. Doug, no, I mean, all life in the universe, true Infinity Gauntlet style. Oh, half of the people in the universe? Yeah, he could do that. Why not? Will he? That'd be messed up. They might. Guys, honestly, they might, because if you look at it, and it's funny because he's not here right now, but Dick Fillmore, one of my early subs, he mentioned, and I'm like disappointed myself for not realizing it myself right off the bat, but that scene where Hulk or Banner is laying at the bottom of the stairs, like he broke through the ceiling and into the stairs of Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. Hello? Go look at Infinity Gauntlet issue number 1. That scene is there! It's just with a Silver Surfer instead. And I bet you now, Marvel's like, man, we about to get the Silver Surfer. Can we just stick him in real quick? Watch them try to edit that really quick. Just stick him in there. Nah, what's done is done. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. But it's a nice little homage that they're remembering, hey, look, because that's all you really got to do for us fans. You know what I'm saying? Make the characters act like they're supposed to act like, and give us a couple scenes from the comics where we can, smack our significant other words and be like, babe, you know what that is? Like, that's all we want to do. That's all we want to do. Cryptid, I just can't imagine Natalie Portman as Thor. Yeah, no, me neither. Joe, here it comes. Who is Thunderstrike? Maybe get them to replace Thor. Thunderstrike, I don't know if you're actually asking who was Thunderstrike. But in case anybody doesn't know, Thunderstrike is a guy called Eric Masterson. There was a part where Thor, not too long after he went toe to toe with the Juggernaut, and it was sick. And that was actually the New Warriors were introduced in that particular run. What was that? Issue number 412, 420, whatever. It was whatever. It is what it is. Like 300 issues ago. All right. They oh, for crying out loud, it was great. Thor wound up disappearing for a while, but his hammer was still there. And this guy Eric Masterson came along and he picked it up, and all of a sudden, boom, he becomes Thor. Eric Masterson was actually the Thor who was in the Infinity Wars comic book. It wasn't our Thor. It wasn't Odin's son. It was this cat. And he was pretending to be the proper Thor. Later on, when Thor proper came back, Eric Masterson was actually given his own hammer, but it wasn't a hammer, it was a mace, actually. And it looked cool. To me, like, I loved Eric Masterson. And I loved him even better when he became Thunderstrike, because now he's got this little mace, and it becomes Thunderstrike instead. He's got the Thor costume, but no cape. And he's got like a brown jacket, and he like rips off the sleeves. It's just doing the sleeveless vest thing, and you know it was supposed to be a jacket, but so it's not like the Bionic Man vest or anything like that. It's an actual like bomber jacket where he ripped everything else off. It just looked awesome, and the comic book didn't do very well. He actually wound up dying, spoilers, for a 1990s story. But I loved it. I loved Thunderstrike. I'm gonna do the hell out of a Thunderstrike Explained in a minute with a spotlight on story on him. He was freaking awesome. I loved Eric Masterson. I would love to see him come back. Not his son, him. What do we got here? Cryptid. As much as I love Drax, I would hope we get to see a scene where Drax and Thor face off against Thanos without the gauntlet and have Thanos brutally beat both of them. Well, the thing is, it was actually, I think I know the scene you're talking about, and it was actually Hulk and Drax, where he like grabs them both and he's hanging, holding them both up, one hand. That was actually a really good scene. But yeah, all of them. Why not? Why not? But yeah, I'm excited. Like so much potential in this. It's incredible. Angry Burp, what's up, brother? I would love to see if Disney gets for movie rights to the Fantastic Four their take on Galactus. Exactly. So you just hit the nail on the head right there. When they actually do the the Galactus storyline and the Silver Surfer storyline, it's not going to be a big purple fart cloud. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually going to be something, as long as it's not like the original Kirby design where there's a big G on his belt buckle. That I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the G on the belt buckle. All right. That aside, yes, that's what I want to see. And oof, there's just so much. I want to see Doctor Strange. A lot of people get this confused. You know what I'm saying? There was the, what was it? Was it the Fantastic Four or the Spider-Man cartoon? I don't remember, but it was one of them. I think it was the Fantastic Four cartoon where they had Galactus comes and all that stuff, and then Ghost Rider comes, and he does the pen and stare on Galactus, and Galactus just, you can find that on YouTube, Galactus versus Ghost Rider clip. And Galactus just falls down and, he's beaten. And then Ghost Rider just turns around and rides off, and it's like, yeah. That was good. It definitely was a Fantastic Four cartoon. And that was cool. But that happened in the comic books too, but it wasn't Ghost Rider. It was Doctor Strange. A lot of people like to push off on Doctor Strange and be like, psh, Doctor Strange, whatever, he's not that powerful. Wrong. He's squishy as all hell. But forget about it, man. The guy wields power like you would not believe. And mind you, Galactus was very hungrier than he's ever been before. And anyway, when he was resuscitated, that's when he went off and he ate the Skrull homeworld and caused the events that would eventually lead to Secret Empire. Yeah. So I guess you could blame Doctor Strange for that. Anyway, what the heck did I just do to my thing? Okay, so let's get on to, what's this? Truemate, what do you think to the alterations to Thanos' face and how it's evolved from the original showing? They're always going to switch it up because, let's be realistic, like when they showed him, I actually saw that in the Geek Fortress, they showed that, and like this, how much he's changed. Like, what do you expect? They literally just threw in that scene at the end of, what was that, Avengers? Was that the end of Avengers? I think it was. Anyway, whatever it was, they just threw that scene in really quickly. You know what I'm saying? they didn't cast Josh Brolin in that role at the time. That was significant amount of time later. That was much later that they cast him for that role. So, I can understand that it would change from here to there to there. It's not going to be a specific mold that they're using necessarily. So when he finally showed for real as Josh Brolin playing Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, that was awesome, right? Yeah, it's going to change a little bit. It's going to change. It still looks like Thanos. To me, it still looks like Thanos. So I'm okay with it. Like, none of that really bugs me. But you know what? Like, I do have to say, though, that's something that's just one of those, like, the ability to think a thought all the way through is crucial to human survival. That's my opinion. Yes, I'm getting a little philosophical right now, but I really want you to think about this on the much grander scale. When you talk about a DC movie, God rest their frickin' souls because they need to get their act together. Justice League was a good way. Just forget about the past. Just keep going with the Justice League mentality. The films will progressively get easier to watch because we'll forget about the horrific mess that was BVS. You know what I'm saying? That was a blight on all of the movies to come, and we just have to get past it. That's all. So if Warner Brothers just stays the course, I think that they'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Just don't even address it. Act like it never happened. Remember when you died? What? I died? No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? But like when you literally, the only thing you could say about Marvel films is little tiny nitpicking parts, that is a huge testimony to how good these films really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wow. When literally, like, the most that we could say is, well, Thanos' face changed between the 4 movies. Yes, it did. I'm good with it, baby. Oh, I see a comment and a half right here. What do we got here? Hold on. Let me get to this. Cryptid. Yeah, Thanos' first ever scene was at the end of the first Avengers film. Thank you, Cryptid. Cryptid, do you mind me asking, what's your first name, brother? Tired always calling you Cryptid. Joe Fisher, also in the comics, Hulk and Thing had a nice knockout, drag-out fights. Many of them, many good fights. Hard Knocks was probably the worst of them. That was still interesting. My favorites was when it was Grey Hulk versus Spiky Thing. And you are talking about, let's see if I can remember this correctly, Fantastic Four issue number 320 and Incredible Hulk number 3... No. I think Incredible Hulk number 350. I think that I'm right. Incredible Hulk number 350 and Fantastic Four number 320. I think that that's the correct issues. Oh, yeah. Oh, hells yes. Hells yes. Oh, my God. Versus Spiky Thing, because he actually, the pineapple thing, because he actually had to think. Thing was more powerful now than the Hulk. Thing was more powerful than the Hulk. Holy crap, how did that happen? And he's more, more resistant to physical damage, all that stuff. Hulk could barely hurt the dude, so he had to actually outthink. Dude, let me tell you something right now. That is absolutely good. When I get around to doing, I kind of want, you know what, honestly, like, I want to end this podcast. Oh my God, this is me nerd boying out, all right? When I think about this storyline right here and these 2 comic issues, even though the art wasn't so great in the what was it, the Fantastic Four one or the Hulk one? I think in the Hulk one, whatever. The second battle, the second time they fought, that would have been in the Hulk one. The art wasn't great, even though the cover was one of the greatest covers in all of history. I was just talking about some of the greatest covers in history. Captain America Annual number 8. Yeah. Incredible Hulk number 350. No, 340. It's issue number 340. That's what it was. I think it was issue number 340. Anyway, that one where... Oh, no, 340 was the one where Wolverine has... Yeah. This one is the Thing and the Hulk, so 350. Facing off against each other, and there's Doctor Doom in the background, like... saying, like, that was such a great... Did somebody mention it? Okay, fine. Marco. Okay, what's up, Marco? Marco Polo. I can remember Marco Polo. That's how I'm going to remember you. Okay, so I thought that was just one of the best. Like, I'm going to one of these days get around to doing, and I just want to cancel this video and start doing that right now. That's how much I love the storyline. I want to do a Grey Hulk explained in a minute, and then I want to do a spotlight on story for, badang, those 2 comic issues. Oh my God, those, oof. Yeah, Nice one. Nice one. You got me on that one, man, because I'm just freaking out on that. Joe Fisher, man. Nice one. Comic watching. What's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Love your channel, Professor. Keep up the great work. Thank you, brother. Doing my best. Joe Fisher. Yes. No, you didn't do it. Yes. I want to see yas. I love when people do the YAS. I love that. True mate, I'm not sure if I want them to show Mistress Death or just have Thanos looking like he's talking to himself. That would actually be a good scene. Really interested to see who else shows up in the movie from the big hitters of the universe. Here's the thing. That's why a lot of us are under the speculation that actually Hela is going to be in there. Because remember, in the comics, you have several Hell Lords. And while Hela is considered a surrogate Hell Lord because she is in charge of a hell. Since she's not actually a demon, she's an honorary Hell Lord just because she's in charge of a hell dimension. But she's actually considered a death goddess. You know what I'm saying? She's the goddess of death for the Asgardians, for the Norse, but she's a death goddess as opposed to a Hell Lord. There's actually a difference. And the difference is, one, the Hell Lords are actually more powerful in several regards, but it doesn't mean that she's going to be punked in any way, shape, or form. She has the benefits of both. You know what I'm saying? She actually heralds over the dead as opposed to just collecting their souls and messing with them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she is different in that regard. So, as a goddess of death, she could represent death itself in this, which would be cool, man. Like at the end of the Unworthy Thor, there was 5 issues of that, or were there 6? 5 or 6 issues, whatever it was. I think it was just 5. At the end of that, she actually gets with Thanos, and they never did anything else with that, which is really sad because, like, Thanos is done with Mistress Death at this point in the comics, but Hela shows up and she's like, I could fill that place, and why wouldn't they continue that story? I was down with it. I was totally down with it. Let's see. Doug, I want to see me some Adam Warlock. Yes, Adam Warlock, guys. Adam Warlock, explained in a minute, Comic Book University. But, what do you call it? Let's get to my Eye of Agamotto here. What the frick is he showing me? Oh! Guys, check out this concept art. It's not even concept art. Check out this early art for Venom Beast, which will show up in X-Men Blue pretty soon. There's going to be a X-Men and X-Men Blue and Venom crossover pretty soon. So that's Venom Beast. What is this here? DC Universe. Oh no! They're raising prices! DC's going to start raising prices. Okay, so hold on now. The Superman, Batman, Justice League, and Green Lantern titles are going to remain $2.99. They can actually be $3.99 if you get the digital copy also. DC's awesome. DC does 2 different comic books. They'll say, here's the regular comic book itself for $2.99, or if you want the digital copy also, the code is inside, $3.99 for that cover. So if you ever see the price discrepancy, that's what it usually is. But here, they're showing that green arrow, and they're only showing the symbol. So I guess that's supposed to be Cyborg? Why would Cyborg go up to $3.99? Cyborg was good in the New 52. He's not so great now. Oh, new logo. Oh, so it's just the new logos. Okay. So the eye's not here to actually explain that. Okay, so it's just the new logos, and just happened to catch a couple that are $3.99. I don't see why they would bring up... well, Green Arrow is a great series right now, apparently. And I haven't been reading it, but a lot of people have been telling me good stuff about it. So I may go back. I might... You know what? I need to start doing a couple of trade paperbacks of that. So what are we looking at here? Just a... Oh. Okay, just what's to come. So I don't know if you could see all of this. It's a really nice picture though. How do I? There we go. And there. Anyways, it's a lot of DC stuff he's showing me here. So there's a bunch of characters there doing their thing. But I see Plastic Man in the back, which awesome. It's funny. Plastic Man. A lot of guys don't know my love for Plastic Man because I don't really talk about him so much. But Plastic Man is one of my favorite characters, man. And you want to hear something very interesting? Some of you guys probably aren't going to believe this. Plastic Man is one of the few characters who, without kryptonite, can beat up Superman. No, I'm being serious. Oh, geez, when Darkseid comes back. Oh, and there's... Oh, no, that's not Hawkman. That's a bunch of parademons. Okay, this is probably going to be a Wonder Woman comic pretty soon because she's dealing with her brother coming back. It's funny. He actually, Sean, my Eye of Agamotto, he actually got me into reading the Wonder Woman series right now. But Darkseid is coming back from his kid form, his child form, and starting to give... Oh, and that's the last one. That's it? Oh, man. Yes. So... Yeah, so he's coming back and he's giving her a hard time. So there's that. What the heck is this? What does Lewis bother me from? Working from home, not in a fun way. Have fun with the podcast, brother. Thanks, Lewis. Love you, man. Lewis is my brother from another mother. Our dads were wildin'. Anyway, so what else we got here? Fernando Q. Hello, welcome to the channel. Question: can you talk about Superman speeding bullets? I don't understand the question. Is that the title of a book? Because I don't remember that. Cryptid, isn't Cyborg ending? I don't know, but like I checked the first. Just real quick, Fernando, if you could explain what you mean. I would like to talk about it. I don't know what you mean. Yes, what? Yes, what? It's a storyline. Is it an old storyline? Let me do a quick look, really quick. What is this? First off, really quick, what did I don't know if Cyborg is ending, Cryptid. Not sure if it is. I remember I checked the first 3 issues and actually reviewed the first 3 issues of Cyborg for Rebirth. It was not good, and I loved the Rebirth, the New 52 version of Cyborg. Go figure. I loved it. It was one of the best things about the New 52. Granted, that's a low bar, but it was really good. It would have been good in Rebirth. It was that good. So yeah, this Rebirth version though is the comic is just not great for me. So speeding bullets. Superman speeding bullets. It's a DC comic. Picka. Oh, Wikipedia is doing a... Okay, this actually looks like it's a storyline that I have not read. So guess what? Since I'm always on the lookout for more DC stuff because I'm doing way too much Marvel, speeding bullets. I had to remember how to spell bullets. I shot them. I never actually fired them. And that was January 93. How did I not know about a Superman story in 93? Okay, brother. I am going to... And who wrote this? J.M. DeMatteis. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm all over this. I'm going to... Crap, I'm probably going to have to get this digitally. We'll see what's up. Probably going to have to get it digitally, and if that's the case, then I get it digitally. It is what it is. But I will read that. I will read the hell out of it. I will research it, and then I will do a spotlight on story on that. Absolutely. I don't even think I'm going to have to do because you know what? Like, I'm about to start doing the New Mutants, and there are a lot of New Mutants to cover. How many New Mutants comics can I really cover? I'm thinking I could do the Marvel graphic novel. Actually, I already filmed the Marvel graphic novel for Spotlight and Story. I could do like 2 more, and then... just wow, okay. I am in the time zone. It is 8:52 in the PM right now, so New York, Toronto. I'm actually in the greater Toronto area. I'm in a city in Canada called Mississauga. I'm not Canadian, I'm American, but I am here and I love it. I really do. I love it. So, Fernando, Elseworlds is what if Superman landed in Gotham? I do know that story. Okay, no, I do know that story. Yes. And TrueMate really, really quickly throwing in there is like, hey, man, that was a Baby Swap comic. No, I do know that story. Holy crap. Yes. I'm wondering why I just didn't remember the actual name, but I do know the story. That's right. What if they were found by the Waynes as opposed to the Kents? Thank you. That was, okay, yes. You know what? That will not be this Saturday. I have a feeling. Look forward to it next Saturday. Every Saturday, I like to put out a spotlight on story. What did I put out? Today I just put out a short thing on Thor, issue number 212, with a little bit of a reference to 213, because that's where the Verlaxians came in. I haven't watched Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. yet. Season 5, episodes 1 and 2 just dropped. There was a 17-minute preview, which I watched, which was, oh my god, I can't wait to watch it. I just forgot it came out yesterday. I'm actually, when I finish this podcast, I'm going to go out and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to try and see if my wife will come out and watch it also. Sit down, do some, what do you call it? Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. and mozzarella sticks and chill. We'll see what happens. But the idea is that yes, they anyway. They're introducing to the Marvel Cinematic Universe the Verlaxians, who were just go and check out the spotlight and story. So I just did that, but I didn't even do an explained in a minute for the Verlaxians because I could tell you their story right now. They're an intergalactic race of really warlike, slavers, and they're freaky looking bug like creatures. They're hairy. They don't look anything like here. They look like the Brood on the Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. And yeah, that's really it. That's really it. They're on certain councils. There's nothing else to know about them. They've made 3 appearances, only one of them, the one in Spotlight on Story, Thor issue number 212. That's it. Also, there's a lot of first appearances in these 2 issues. Very specifically, Starjammer. Before they had the Starjammers, that's Cyclops' father, Corsair, and a bunch of other really cool, awesome guys in the X-Men comics. They actually had the Viking longship that went into space. That was originally called the Voyager, believe it or not, and then they immediately changed the name to Starjammer, and it was awesome. Pretty soon it was weaponized and everything like that. So it's just a Viking longship that when you're in it, you have a breathable atmosphere and everything, and it will sail through space even though there's no wind in space. It's freaking awesome. And this was the first appearance of it. So in the Spotlight and Story, you'll actually be able to see that. And all that good stuff. So and I actually put a link to a trade paperback where you can actually get all of those things digitally, literally. Comics way back that old. I think that I found the price for only $1.99. So there's that. So you can actually go back and read all of these first appearances in there, including this other group called the s.h.i.e.L.D. Yeah, that's what they're called. Let it go. So what do we got here? What does Fernando win a no prize? Yes, here you go. No, you did stump me. So hey, at the very least, 5 karma. Cyborg ends with issue 20. Thank you, James Hayes. I appreciate that. Cyborg ends with issue number 20. Crap, and I don't even know where they're at right now. Is it any good? That's what I want to know. James, if you're reading that, is it any good? All right, has it gotten better? Because those first 3 issues, I was dying trying to read those. I was falling apart trying to read them. Fernando, you're awesome, dude. That was a really good suggestion. So yes, I will do that Spotlight and Story. Probably not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. Bet on that. Just wow, okay. Comic watching Adam Warlock was teased in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That was cool. I'm glad that he did that. In fact, like that's James Gunn's love for the comic books, man. He was done with making his Guardians of the Galaxy movies with Volume 2. But then when they said, okay, fine, you could do Adam Warlock, we're not going to do, he was like, I'm going to introduce him and then he'll show up in Infinity War. He will not show up in Infinity War. Rather, you're going to see him. So since they said, yeah, we're not going to put him in Infinity War, he's like, are you kidding me? All right, fine. I'll do the 3rd volume of Guardians of the Galaxy because he wants to make sure that Adam Warlock actually makes it into the cinematic universe. That's what I'm talking about. That's a comic fan. That's somebody who belongs making comic book movies. Let's see. Comic watching. Just well, okay. I love. I have this fantasy that we'll see a scene of him emerging from the cocoon to destroy the Sovereign, a la him. Yeah, like when he was him back in the Fantastic Four stories. He only killed one of the 4 Sovereign in the original stories. And then immediately be involved in the storyline by way of the Soul Stone. That would be awesome. But yeah, he's not going to be in this, unfortunately. And you know what? Actually, because yeah, this sorry, the Sovereign. You guys can check out Adam Warlock explained in a minute. You're right, and we're both right. Comic watching and I are both right on this. When he says the Sovereign, he's actually talking about they called the Sovereign in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie the race that her was from, or Paragon, or Kismet, or whatever you're gonna call her. She's had so many different names. Um, so yeah, they were the Sovereign. In the comic books, the Sovereign were these four genius humans who created him and her. They didn't actually originally call him her. I think he was originally called Paragon or something else, whatever. It was actually a guy. So he's technically the first non sequitur transgender. He originally came out as a full man, a big stone statue looking man, and then decided to take the form of a female. Very odd. Very odd, especially when you consider way back in the day, way back when. Wow. You can't imagine. Even today, if somebody did that, they'd be like, "Oh my god!" And then Professor Bill would be like, "They already did that back in the comics back in the day, and nobody put up a big fuss, and you didn't have a problem with it." I didn't know. Stay not knowing, go away. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting up a fight. Um, how did they? Just wow. Okay. How did the Valexians, end up working for Thanos? Oh no no no! The Valexians won't be working for Thanos. Sorry, in Marvel's Agents of Shield TV series, the Valexians are the at least in the beginning the main bad guy on that space station. They're an invading species, an aggressive species there. Um, Doug, huh? Never heard of the Starjammer ship? Guessing that was a huge inspiration for D&D Spelljammer? Oh, absolutely, it had to have been because you're talking about 1973 is when this came out. You would probably know better than I when Starjammer came out, but I believe that came out with second edition, the advanced second edition, which should have been in the 80s. Yeah. Anyway, but and mid to late 80s actually. But again, I would trust your judgment on that better than mine, Doug. Um, James Hayes, no, I don't enjoy Cyborg. It's on issue number 18 right now, I think. Issue number 20 is slated for January. And then he on the bottom corrects it. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Um, what do you call it? That's a shame. That's just such a shame, man. Like Cyborg is such an amazing character. It shouldn't be hard to do Cyborg. Just wow, okay. The creator of him was trying to tell us something. The creator of, sorry, I'm forgetting the conversation. Where were you? Just wow, okay. The Valexians, Thanos, boom, 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 boom. I don't know if you're referring to what you were saying or what somebody else was saying. I'm sorry. Anyway, while I'm waiting for you to say that, oh my god, I really did go over an hour. I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. Every time I get on here, I swear to God, I think I'm just going to do this for half an hour and I'm just going to bounce. I got other things to do, but I genuinely enjoy answering questions and engaging with you guys. Sometimes I'm not answering questions. Sometimes I'm asking you guys questions, which is how I like it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, genuinely appreciate the hell out of you guys showing up live because you can and you do. So genuinely appreciate it from my heart. The guys who are going to check out afterwards, guys and gals who will check this out afterwards. Again, I appreciate you also, and I know that you would show up live to interact if you could. It's schedules, right? It's just schedules. So yeah, 8 o'clock every Saturday, 8 o'clock p.m. New York, Toronto time is when I do this live. So, but you'll see me pop up at any moment. Honestly, guys, if you're subbed, click the bell. What do you call it? Yeah, you click the little bell, and every time I go live, because I'll go live just like I might be doing a comic book review on a Monday, or excuse me, on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and just be like, yeah, I don't feel like actually doing an edited video for this because I don't like this comic book. So let me just talk about it instead live. And I'll talk about how I would fix it. Like, you never know when I'm just going to go live. I go live on average about 5 times a week, for various lengths of time. So by all means, click the bell. And I don't ever, tell people to do it. So if you don't want to, don't. So you don't want to be bothered every time I put up a video. Shoot, I will sometimes put up like 6 videos a day. So if you don't want your bell constantly going off, don't click the bell. But feel free to push any of the buttons that you want to below. We're all good. Anyway, guys. Hey, PA Stewart, getting in right at the last moment. I appreciate it, man. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for me. So I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, thanks for showing up. You guys have a great day, night. Tomorrow, make sure you get your comic books. Ooh, guys, I recommended it before, but for the sake of conversation, I was talking about great comics that I love throughout history. One just came out this week, and that would have to be issue number 31 of Old Man Logan. So just look it up online. That not any of the variant covers or anything. Just the actual the variant cover. There's just one of Wolverine's face. The other variant cover, the main variant cover, is actually a rehash of Volume 2, issue number 2 of Wolverine with the Silver Samurai and Old Man Logan as Patch going, that weird show that he did. But the main cover of Old Man Logan issue number 1. Do yourself a favor. You owe it to yourself to check it out. It is gorgeous. Oh my God, it is gorgeous. Anyway, so I'm going to bounce. Guys, thanks a lot for showing up. Oh, PA Stewart's been lurking. All good. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Thanks for showing up, guys. Class dismissed.